No.
Right, we good.
Work session. Have a quorum. So the first thing on the work session, if I can ask it, was that we have just received an email from Liz Parrish. Making an official request to become a member of the Castine Housing Committee. Okay,
That's me.
is there any discussion?
I wholeheartedly support Liz's addition to the housing committee.
Liz, would you like to add anything?
Me,
I am enjoying working with the housing committee so far. And I hope to contribute to the housing committee. And even though Dan is on it.
Okay.
it's so nice to meet you.
And so what we're going to do now is we are going to move into regular meeting. Okay, so I'm going to call to order the regular meeting. Now that we've discussed it, we're going to close the work session for a minute. I'm going to call to order the regular meeting of the Castine Selectboard at 4:07, 8. Okay, we have a quorum. The first thing on the agenda is to approve general fund warrants and water warrants. So we have a general fund warrant in the amount of $63,429.80. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
All second. Is there any discussion? I have none. All in favor? Aye. All right. And we have a water warrant in the amount of $1,767.40. I will move that amount.
Second.
Okay, is there any discussion? Okay, all in favor? Aye. Okay. And the second thing on the agenda is an appointment to a board or a committee. So Dan, would you like to make a motion?
I would like to move that we appoint Liz Parrish, the Honorable Liz Parrish, to the new housing committee.
I will second that.
Yep.
Is there any discussion?
Nope.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, thank you very much. And I will make a motion that we close the select board meeting. Second,
Second.
all in favor? Aye. All right, now we're back in work session. Okay, we did it. Okay, the second thing on the work session agenda is to authorize Surrey as the fiscal agent to execute an independent contract with Emma Weed as the climate resilience coordinator for Peninsula tomorrow. And we are so lucky that Alan Clance is here and he can talk about that and you don't have to listen to me.
I'm sure everybody enjoys listening to you, folks.
No.
And,
Not as
So-
an issue.
for the record, my name is Alan, P-L-L-E-N, Kratz, K-R-A-T-Z. I'm the co-coordinator of Blue Hill Peninsula Tomorrow, which is a network of community leaders selected and appointed officials from 9 towns on the Blue Hill Peninsula who've been working together we're into our 5th year, referred to as with us at the beginning, to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, increase climate resilience, and to improve energy efficiency. So we're at the very exciting point where with state funding, no local match funding, nothing from any of our towns, we are able to hire on a part-time basis, a climate resilience coordinator. Roberta is part of the interviewing process. The interviewee whom the committee selected to go forward is Emma Weed. She is a program officer for the Maine Lobster Foundation. Her specialty is working in marine environment. She's been a sternman on her parents' lobster boat out of Stonington. She comes from Brooksville. Her grandfather was a select board member in Brooksville. She has deep roots here on our peninsula. She's very excited about helping our towns improve climate resilience. 2 of the important things that she will be doing with all 9 towns, she will be helping their select boards, their committees, advance one of the climate resilience actions or initiatives from the comprehensive plan. So that's number one. That's number one. And for 4 towns on the Blue Hill Peninsula, including Castine, Surrey, Blue Hill, and Penobscot, she will be working with an advisory committee focusing on social resilience, helping communities find out who is first and worst affected by climate change, working with social service agencies to tie together networks and really improve social resilience for those communities. So we're very happy that Emma has agreed to be the person who's hired. She'll be working directly, formally through the town of Surrey. That's the fiscal agent for this grant. And I was delighted that Castine, along with Brooklyn and Sedgwick and Surrey, got the funding that's now in place. So that's the agenda. Then basically the request is that you endorse this appointment, that Surrey will then formalize. Emma will be on board the first day after Labor Day, laboring for our towns.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow.
And so Emma is phenomenal. I was blown away at her interview. This young woman knows so much. And so what we will do is Alan has come to talk to us about this. We're gonna let Amy watch the meeting so that she can hear what Alan's had to say, and then we will vote on it. We will have our formal vote on the second, but I'm pretty sure she's okay. Cause she is just tremendous and is going to do great work. And Alan, thank you so much for all you do for the community.
Well, thank you for what you do, and you said you've been with us from the beginning, and it's been such a good example. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Roberta, Emma,
Yes,
will Emma be full-time?
Emma was working 80 hours a month, she'll be working half-time. And there's some other opportunities for her to be working with separate contracts, for instance, with the town of Brooklyn on energy coaching, and there'd be some other opportunities for her to expand beyond the 80 hours a month.
Thank you.
Big job.
It's a big job, yes.
It's a huge job, but this is an organized woman. Oh my goodness, she was amazing. I can't wait for everybody to meet her. She'll be in Castine to do lots of work and.
Yeah, we'll be, once she is officially on board, we'll be back. And, you'll get to talk with her directly.
Thank you.
Well,
So next is comprehensive plan implementation. I sent around a copy of.
Did you want that
Did I want that?
on screen?
Sure, we can go
All
through.
right, hold on here.
Do that.
Dan, you remember how I did this last time?
I have some changes that we'll be making, but we'll be making some tweaks.
Let's see if I can do this without getting kicked off, Dan, if I remember how to do it. To join the meeting twice. There's no guarantees.
Okay.
About to hit the button, we're about to find out. Let's see, go for it. Tell me blank behind me.
Town of Castine.
That's good, but the screen did not go blank. All right, that's good. And I apparently am successful thus far. All right.
Oh my goodness, where's it at?
Excellent. All right.
All right. So. We, well, that was just, yeah, we're looking to do a public engagement to roll out the comprehensive plan implementation committee. And so this is sort of the PowerPoint presentation for that. We will, at that meeting, we'll be discussing the meetings of the different committees, the oversight committee, and then the division of the goals and strategies we took all of the goals and strategies from the comprehensive plan. And Ina and I have been working all summer, mostly Ina, on figuring out where each ones go. Some of them overlap. So there are some strategies and goals that actually end up in 3 or 4 different committees because not, one committee can't just decide that. We have to have lots of people to look at those things. So anyway, the oversight committee.
Nope.
Oh, he left.
Sorry.
Is the town manager, a member of the planning board, a member of the comp plan, a select board member and, community and economic development director. And they're just gonna sort of be the umbrella to pull data, help the committees in any way they can, okay? And then,
Beep like the old film strips when you want me to move forward.
okay, and so you can go on, cause, okay. Alright, so then we have we're gonna create an ordinance review committee. And that committee is going to be a member of the zoning board, utility board, planning board, historic preservation, Maine Maritime Academy, and a seasonal resident representative, and the select board liaison will be Amy Guta. And that group will just do ordinance revision. There was a ton of ordinance revision in the comp plan. So they're going to take each one at a time, probably working with the housing committee or the economic development committee or the select board if it's an infrastructure situation, but they're gonna be working on that. The housing committee, is set as it is up there, except that we need to now add Liz Parrish. And the housing committee is doing their job to implement an approach. I'll look at him, so good.
Yep.
And lead actions that will inform the decision making for affordable housing. Okay, thank you, Derek.
Although this isn't probably the one that you guys will use, but just remind to do it later.
It's okay.
Hold on.
Thank you.
Beep.
Okay, we're gonna do a community committee with a member of the rec committee, a member of historic preservation, somebody from the Adams School, somebody from the hospital board, somebody from the Witherley Library, an interfaith community member, and another seasonal representative, and I will be the liaison of the community board. And the community board is dealing with everything from sidewalks to, do we want to build an off-net sports facility for the kids with a soccer field and a baseball field and things like that. So it will be fun and exciting. I hope you guys are sharpening your pencils and getting ready to sign up. Beep.
I was making it bigger. I was getting with.
Oh, thank you. Okay, economic development will be the economic development coordinator, INET. And somebody from the Merchants Association, somebody from MMA, somebody from CCP, we hope. Somebody from the housing committee, and Dan will be the liaison for that. Climate and natural resources. Again, we'll have a utility board member, Maine Maritime, somebody from the harbor committee. Hopefully a local farmer. We only have one, so I don't know how busy they are, but somebody from the Elm Tree Committee, somebody from Community Climate Connection, and somebody from the Wilson Museum, and I will be the board liaison for that committee. And Harbor and Marine Resources, we'll have somebody from Harbor, somebody from MMA, a local marine business representative, the harbor master, an at-large resident, and a seasonal resident, and that Amy will be the liaison for that one. Okay. Good. And that's it. Okay. You noticed that what we did was we really tried to involve MMA in every single group. And what Ina is tweaking is that some of these are like the harbor and marine. It's kind of the harbor committee with this task force of marine resources. It's gonna be sort of attached to them, and they can decide how many of them want to do both, or, but we really want MMA to be a player in this, and we really want them to be a part. And if you know anyone who would be a good fit for any of these committees or task forces, please talk to them, because we will be looking at them. We need the help. We need them to do this. We want to implement this comprehensive plan.
And if I can just add, it's my understanding that many towns, they do a comprehensive plan, they put it in the bookshelf, and it sits there until the next comprehensive plan. We don't want to be doing that. We actually want to use it as a tool.
We do too,
Yeah.
So anyway, we're running through it. Amy hasn't seen it yet, so we're going to give Amy a chance to see it. We'll be making some tweaks, but we'll be having a public engagement. To invite everybody in town that wants to learn more about it, and so there will be accepting applications, so. Everybody in the front row. No. You can move now. All right.
Could I ask the comment?
Sure.
I've served on the comprehensive plan committee in Brooksville, and I take Dan's point about the things that fill in the shop. I'm not speaking ill of anyone, but I know it's a challenge to do this sort of thing that you're doing. I really am very impressed when, obviously membership in this committee is people from Castine, but I will mention that Emily could be a very helpful person
Oh,
to
great.
participate in this, either
Fabulous.
since she does have that maritime experience and the climate focus is important.
Idea. All right, we already have an expert,
Yeah.
a subject matter expert on, all right. So next is the lighthouse leaves. Sure.
So you guys have had a chance to review the draft. I
Yeah.
made some minor changes. There was one issue that or thing that I'm adding back in, and otherwise I think it's ready to go out to the tenant. And then we will get that approved at the next meeting, hopefully, unless there's some issues or the question, we may need to go into executive session, but otherwise I think it's ready to go.
Okay.
That's fantastic news. Thank you for
Okay.
all your work.
And you'll have to finalize it as a final document at the next meeting,
Right.
just so you know.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, PFAS testing. Did you want to see about that?
So I get back a revised quote. I asked, I can't believe like this thread's like 35 pages long, I think, on the whole PFAS thing, but so the revised proposal that you have in front of you, I just want to make sure one other thing here. And where's the so the budget total would be 6,700, and that would be the objectives of the investigation will be to confirm that PFAS compounds are present on the town's property by resampling the groundwater at MW3 and using a record search and interviews to identify possible historical sources of PFAS upgradient of this site. I don't think I need to really do too much with the project coordination. Basically, that's what they're gonna be doing, but there was some question at one of our last meetings, and maybe when I had other discussions, and I had followed up about, hey, isn't it possible to do some other possible monitoring wells on other properties and how the contours work and everything else? So Aaron Martin of CB and Mahar wrote, as a follow-up to our conversations as requested by the town, attached as SMEs, revised proposal for 2025 supplemental PFAS evaluation. Also, please see below a summary, hydrogeologic conditions and why overburdened groundwater investigations that may be completed at offsite properties other than Maine Maritime President's property are unlikely to provide an insight into the source of PFAS MW3. Based on the groundwater elevation surveys that were conducted in 2024, overburdened groundwater flows from north to south across the proposed fire station site, described herein as the fire station property. Therefore, overburdened groundwater flows from the northern adjoining property, Maine Maritime President's house, described herein as Maine Maritime property, towards the fire station property and on-site monitoring well. Based on topographic maps of the fire station property and vicinity, there is a topographic high point or overburdened groundwater divide at the northern portion of the Maine Maritime property. Therefore, overburdened groundwater from Maine Maritime property side of this divide flows generally to the south towards the fire station property. Overburdened groundwater north of this divide, north of the Maine Maritime property, flows towards the north and away from the fire station property. Therefore, SME concludes that overburdened groundwater from offsite properties north of the Maine Maritime property does not flow towards MW3, and overburdened groundwater investigations may be completed at other offsite properties unlikely to provide insight into the source of PFAS to MW3. So that's just an answer to that question of why it wouldn't work on other properties.
Can I ask a question about that? Yeah.
It's up to the chair. I don't mind if you do, but.
Yes, Josh, you may ask that question.
So I guess I'll just have a map there.
Map
That's
question.
useful. But. This is the MMA strip of land. And they're saying that
Can you stand on the table?
this is the MMA strip of land that goes back like this.
Okay.
And this is the town's piece of property that goes back a ways.
Mhm.
And if it's flying, if it's going from north to south, why wouldn't, this is the M3 well, why wouldn't another well up here? Directly north of that. Give you information. That's one question I have. The other question is. That in their proposal, they asked to take soil samples, and I'm wondering. MMA refused to have drilling done on their property.
Josh, and I don't have my map in front of me, but I think when they did the first testing.
There's more wells
They did a
north
well
of that.
No, there's.
Oh, it's here. Okay, so you're thinking that if they.
Yeah, because they were thinking about doing behind the president's house back in here somewhere, and
Yeah.
why wouldn't that yield anything if it's going directly north to south? That's my first question. My other question is, in their proposal, they asked to do soil sampling.
Right.
To further their knowledge, and I'm wondering, I know the MMA refused. Somewhat arbitrarily, in my opinion, not to allow drilling.
That's all.
Were they asked to do any soil sampling?
No, they weren't, but I doubt they ordered soil samples either,
Why?
because they don't want.
How do you know that?
Well, they indicated that they didn't want to do any testing for the town, yeah, but we
I
can
thought
ask
they
them,
just
but I
said-
don't think they want to.
He said that, Craig said that he asked the board, and that the member of the board that said he was opposed to drilling.
Okay,
It's not my recollection, they didn't mention anything about soil sampling.
we can ask them, but thank you for your questions.
Okay.
Bert, did you have a question? No? Okay.
Oh, I just. I'm concerned about, they don't wanna do it. I mean,
We can't make them,
It's private property.
unfortunately, we don't have the purview to make them do it. Unfortunately, we don't have any standing. At
It's
this
not very
point,
neighborly.
Did we all first pay?
huh?
Yeah,
Did we all first pay?
that's it, no cost for them.
Okay, thank you, Josh.
And David, just to be clear, they took it to the book trustees.
Yeah, they took it.
So it wasn't granted in the decision.
No, okay. Okay, so we will act upon this on next Monday, next Tuesday. Yes, Sarah?
If it is your desire to do so, did you want me to ask, I thought I was looking for the original study, I just haven't been able to put my fingers
Yeah.
right on it,
If they could do something from the north, I mean, I think Josh has a good point, and if, because it seems to be going that way, if it would come down towards that, we can do that.
and that's directly north of like the well itself, so like up in Witherly Woods or whatever is north of that.
Yeah, north of MW4, which is the northernmost well that they
It's
go.
kind of northeast of it for them.
Northeast of it, alright,
Okay.
of MW4, okay, thanks.
All right, and two things that were not on our agenda. So proud of that work. Sue is.
Oops, I shut it.
So Sue went out and did some research and found that because we have never had a proper process for having people sign up for committees. Sue looked around and found that many towns actually have an application for people who want to be on a committee. And so she took the one from China and she reorganized it and she created one for Castine. And it's really simple. It will take no longer than 6 minutes to fill out. It didn't have that. It's name, address, phone number, email, which committee you would like to be on, why are you interested? Do you have any specific benefits, talents, or skills? What do you feel is the responsibility of the board or committee you want to be on? What municipal board or committee, volunteer organizations, or community groups have you been on? You know, will your schedule be flexible? Do you have a computer? Can you attend Zoom meetings? It's pretty basic, but I think it covers everything. And so, if you're game, I would like to approve this at our next meeting.
Absolutely.
This is great.
Yeah.
So we'll have a proper process. Love that. Okay, and then, I did stamp the letters to the slogan winners today, and, those that have not come and picked up their prize money can pick up their donated prize money. At Emerson Hall, so the winners again were Don Tenney, Lisa Lossing, and I don't remember his last name, from an MMA student. So we appreciate everybody's participation. And finally, Sue gave us something from Revise, the website people. Derek, have you been working with them or just Sue?
Sue and I have been talking a little bit about it. I had a presentation along with Karen and Ina with them also.
Have thoughts?
I liked it, well, I didn't like another couple, I wanna look at another couple of websites, but I don't think one of them. The one that I'm used to using the most, because I used it the last 6 years, is actually any better than this one, and I think it's more expensive, and. The other one, I don't know if it will do much different, and I think it may be more expensive also, this one seems to. Be liked by the person that will be updating it the most, that was the one thing that I liked about the other. Software is you could assign certain people to do different parts of it, but that's fine on this, I believe we still can, have some users that can update their own thing, like I prefer. And maybe that's a question I wanna make sure of before, next week, but like that, I know she wants to, update and, edit her. Economic community development page, that she would have the ability to do that rather than putting it on Sue's plate. And so that's what I think is important, that other people will be able to update it, which I don't think Sue will mind at all, just to allow that to happen. And I think that way, the information gets on there in a timely manner and or pulled down, and not to say that Sue doesn't keep up with it, but I'd like to take some of the burden off her to do this. That's the key.
And so my understanding is that. They're going to be redesigning our whole website, right? They're gonna be redesigning.
They will be, yes.
And there will be $4,000. And then we will pay $1,600 a year.
Right, and we're still looking at a couple of issues because we'll be changing our domain to Castine .gov, of also moving our emails towards that also. So we're still looking at that facet of whether Revise can be our email provider, or if we need to do something different. And of course, one of the coordination parts of it will be that we'll need to keep the old ones for a period of time. Cause a lot of our like restoration of websites and like lie with those old email addresses. Especially when I'm thinking federal government, it was an act of God to get some of my stuff put on there, so I'm just thinking it's not gonna be much easier even to change it from an old email to myself, even though it's still me, for instance, and I know others will have similar issues, so that's one of the other things that I'm looking at, which is really separate from this, except for that we just talked to them today about possibly being our email provider also.
And so do you have a sense of how long it would take for them to redo the website?
I forget what they said. Do you remember, Ina, when we had that presentation, how long they said? I thought it was like 3 or 4 months, but I might be wrong.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I don't know if there's a time frame. I haven't looked at this since she
They
just
do all
gave
the
it
work
to us.
tonight, then they test it out,
Right.
and then film goes live.
Yeah, cause we'll have our other one still going and then eventually, boom, we'll transfer it. And of course, that's the other thing they say is to keep your other domain open so that it can point to the new one for a period of time also.
Well, Do you have any questions?
No.
I think that's
I
great.
think it's super great. We do
Love
website,
to have a new
the
website.
website definitely needs,
This is.
and it's actually quite reasonable.
Oh. That was nice.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yet, if anybody wants to look at revised websites, they can look, I think
Yeah.
Bucksport might even have a revised website. Pretty sure,
I
but
think we've looked at some of those. Yeah, this is great. Okay, Dan, did you have anything else?
Yeah, I had a few
Yeah.
people contact me, over the last couple of days about some posters that were put up around town. And I just want to clarify. So, there was a poster that was put up that says pesticide use by the Castine Golf Club and its significance in regard to source water protection by the Castine Utility Board, Castine, Maine. I saw Kurt this morning and I said, Kurt, did the utility board put up these posters? And he said, no. And it stated it was just prepared for the Castine Golf Club, Castine, Maine, February 2009. So I spoke to Sue and Karen this morning, and they said that in 2009, there were people that were concerned about residents that had come down with cancer in town. And the water was tested. I don't know all the work that went into it, but the recommendation at that time was that people should wear hats and sunscreen. So as a result of what happened in 2009, but when you look at these posters, it appears that it's in real time, it's recent and in real time. So it seems to me like misinformation, and I just wanted to let it be public, that the utility board did not put these up.
Thank you.
Okay, and it really paints a picture that's really inaccurate.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we have no idea who put them up.
Right. Thank you so much
Okay.
for bringing that up.
Okay, is there a way to get that report?
I don't know if we can take those down. That report,
Yeah.
2009,
if we have it.
if we have it, we could probably get it.
You had it.
I'm sure we have it. What I'm trying,
Has it, I have it, everybody.
you have it. What I'm trying to think is, do we have it on computer or do we have it in a box in the basement? But yeah, we can get a copy.
John, since you have it, could you summarize the,
Yeah.
I mean, if you remember.
All I remember was who was the hydrologist,
Peter Garrett.
Peter Garrett, thank you, concluded that of anything you would wanna see over an active aquifer, it would be primarily a golf course.
What?
Oh, that's
Yes.
what he said?
That goes against everything I've ever read.
Huh,
And this is what he said,
interesting,
verbally,
interesting.
because the golf course does not put toxins on it, it's fungicides on the greens. And
Really?
we've been through all of this with the utility board ad nauseum,
Okay,
and try to educate the utility board
okay,
about the nature of the chemicals, the fact they have a short half-life, and the fact they have a high binding constant of the organic carbon, and that it does not leach out.
okay.
John, I don't know how you missed it, but they were using products with PFAS in
Hey,
it
hey.
from.
PFAS wasn't on the
wait,
radar back
Wait,
then.
Josh,
know, but they're-
Josh, wait, you gotta talk to us, not Don.
Okay,
You
I'll
can't
talk
have
to Don
cross
later, but
conversation. You and Don can talk
at least
later.
an update,
You
it
can,
sounds
but
like.
you gotta talk to us.
Yeah.
Okay, Don, go ahead.
So that is essentially what I understand about it. It was a comprehensive study. And I believe what came out of it was. Well, maybe I shouldn't say, because
That's okay.
I've already said what I've said, okay, about the utility board and.
No, I just think it's really important, since these
Yeah.
posters are being put around, we should get accurate information.
Yeah.
And share the results from that was done in 2000.
We'll ask Sue for a copy of the study to be placed online and on and the front desk. And people can come in and get it, and it will also try to put it on the website. I just don't know if we have a paper copy or an electronic copy. So if we have a paper copy, it might take us a couple days to find it, so please,
Yeah.
please bear with us. Okay, did you have anything?
No, that
else?
was it.
Oh, I'm sorry, Brooke?
So that was in 2009.
I thought it was earlier than that,
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was,
Well, it was the Siegel thing.
yeah, right,
Now, I think that was in the late nineties.
Yeah, or early aughts.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, then we need to find
So-
this other one from 2001.
So obviously,
Mhm.
things have changed. I mean, we have to remember when that was
Mhm.
done,
Mhm.
and there are.
And we know about things like PFAS now, that
Yeah.
PFAs
That we
and
didn't know.
PFOs that we didn't know about then.
Yeah.
That's true. That's very true. So,
And they documented that they put them on the course in 2023 and 2022, so.
Right.
It's not
right,
that's self-documented
we understand.
by the golf course.
Okay. All right, that's it, all right. David Avery.
I'm curious about the next steps in the lighthouse lease issue. What? Will you do something next week at the meeting? Will we vote on it? No.
We will be voting on that we approve the lease and to give it to the lessee. And
Well, I'm gonna give it to them ahead of time, so they have it.
Good. And that vote will be a week from,
it will be Tuesday,
or Tuesday
the second.
in a week.
But there, so,
Alter these,
what,
with some additions, some.
I know
We
that,
made some changes to the lease, and after we approve it, then it will be public and everybody can see it.
Good.
Mhm.
so the attorneys made some changes to the lease, to updated it.
Yeah.
So, once they see the updated changes, then we can move forward.
We felt it would be better to let them look at it before we made it totally public, so, but after we approve it, it will be a public document for anyone who wants to see it.
Okay.
Okay, anybody else? Done.
Just a couple of things. My understanding is that the Fort Church is a state historic site. But that the town of Castine is tasked with taking care of it. I would like to see the town of Castine take care of it. I give a tour on Scarlet every week and sometimes more than that. And I talk about the Penobscot expedition and I talk about Fort George. And when I get up there, I say, here's Fort George. And it's a bit of a letdown, because it's looking pretty shabby.
So mowing, is that what you're?
Yeah,
mowing
it needs to have
and
its
just
ramparts
upkeep?
cleaned up
Okay,
all around. It looks way better when it's
it does,
taken care of,
it does,
kind of like a haircut. Yeah.
yeah, you're right, absolutely, yeah,
And then my other thing is, I'm bugged by something, and it's my personal buggage. And that is, we seem to still have the 4th of July telephone pole flags flying. And I regard that as a degrading thing for our American flag. They're decoration. And they're okay for an occasion, like 4th of July. But to leave them up permanently, they eventually become invisible and ordinary. And I don't think that's what we should do to our American flag.
so we did speak with the rec committee about that. And the rec committee opted to leave them up this year through Labor Day, was Labor Day, or was it?
I think it was, I thought it was further up. I thought it was
November, August Day.
Veterans Day.
Veterans Day, through Veterans Day. Because there aren't very many of them and it's really hard for them to take them down.
There aren't many what?
Many,
It's a labor issue.
It's a labor issue.
A labor issue.
Taking-
Who's gonna take them down and who's gonna put them up?
So they wanted to try this year, having them up through Veterans Day.
Okay. Well, I was here for that discussion, and it seems that the labor part of the whole job was getting up on the ladder and putting the brackets on the poles. The labor issue of taking them down would take 5 minutes, so I think that's
Okay.
not a valid excuse.
Thank you, Josh.
You're welcome.
Okay, well, thank you.
May I add to that?
Sure.
I think there's one
There's one that's kind of
near
broken.
the 13th. That is not fastened appropriately anymore.
Okay.
And so that one needs to be the trickster taken down, definitely.
And down on Court Street too. There's at least two.
Well, we can let them know about those that need to be refastened.
The other thing about the flags is that John pointed out to me that they don't have a swivel on them. So they don't fly freely, so they get tangled up.
Okay. Thank you.
And we can ask for a volunteer.
We can ask for volunteers and we can talk to the rec committee and see if they can find a volunteer that will help them. Put them up, take them down and put them
You
back.
just need a pickup truck with someone standing in the bed to pull them out.
I've got the
All
truck.
right.
Josh, just volunteered, yeah.
Josh just on.
Sure, you step on the tip.
Brock, did you have a comment?
I'm not sure when the general questions are.
It's now.
Okay. On August 5th, 14th, and 20th, I've sent emails in for accurate information around the concrete barriers
Mhm.
and what the genesis of those barriers were.
Mhm.
And I've yet to receive any response.
Mhm.
So two questions. One, what is the accurate information around that? And two, just generally speaking for the select board, what is the communication protocol? Like you almost ignore what you don't want to
No, not
respond
at
to, or
all.
what?
We are not ignoring it at all. A member of the select board, wanted to do that response and was doing, research and her due diligence into that. And the letter has not been completed yet, and it is forthcoming. But we are not ignoring you. We will answer every question that you put in those emails, and we will get them back to you.
Fantastic, thank you.
We will do that, so, yeah, anybody else? All right. Move that we adjourn.
That's it.
All good. Thank you all so much.
Thank you. This is an amazing state.
I got too much on my plate, I have to stop.
So.